the Discord, and we'll get started. Hey everyone, I'm live with a Heat 5 setup build. Come hang out. Send now. All right, it's that time, boys. It is that time. Go ahead and close that out. Exalta, what's up, brother? It's good to see you in here tonight. NASCAR Extreme said definitely tuning in tomorrow. Everybody say, I know he don't like me spreading his business, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Everybody say a little prayer for our boy NASCAR Extreme there, David Wallace. He had to go to the doctor again, so yeah, we keep your head up, David. I don't know how. Let's see how we're gonna say this. I know it sucks, but at the same time, man, just keep your head up. You'll be good. All right. No brake smoothing. Hide the cockpit wheel. I think we're good. We're gonna go and see. Can you build the sloppy? Can you build the sloppy season 3 crew chief setup? Sloppy, you know. I ain't gonna say it's a hard pass, because if RCR was to hit me up, it'd kind of be hard to say a no to Richard. I mean, that's one of them iconic things that you don't say no to. But at the same time, I'm not really looking for a lot going into see if I can get my volume.
Clear out, hammer down.
Casebell, thanks for the follow, man. We should have a good one tonight, if y'all wonder what I'm doing. No, I want you. The mute is off. Oh, this is great, boys. Headphones are not either. I got a couple of different things going on.
You're on the wrong pit lane.
Either my headphones are not plugged into the right thing, or the connection's jacked up again, which is 100% possible. There we go. Alright. Cut my monitor back on. Go to volume. Cut that down so y'all are not hearing some random in the background screaming at me. Alright, 7 Monkey,
hey,
what's up,
you're
man?
on the wrong pit lane.
Glad to see you in tonight. Thank you, buddy. Mom said thank you, hardest parts I can't play. Yeah, but you gotta take care of yourself first. You know how that goes. It is gonna take me a second, boys, to get back used to this. Not gonna lie. I will tell y'all a secret I have learned here, by the way. As soon as the red line hits or close, I'm kind of pumping the brake, almost dragging the brake. A secret you can do, I'm way off, by the way. I'm about 3/10 off where we want to be. A secret to this is, don't do that, number one. That's number one secret. But, alright, let me show you my reference points before we even get started good on a setup, because no matter what, I'm going to try to maintain these reference points. Right here, right about the Z-Max sign, right before this is when I let off. Right around that Z-Max sign. What I'll do is I'll drag the brake. I wish it had the telemetry, or however you say it, popped up on the bottom left of the screen like iRacing, because you could actually see where I hit the brake and drag it. I want to run about this line right here until we hit the first horizon, and then that's when I try to pick the gas back up. And then on the front stretch, when I come around this, right before that red sign, you want to let off. The front stretch feels a little bit shorter than the back stretch. I don't know why. Could be the way the track is shaped. Turn 1 is a lot tighter, believe it or not, than turn 2. So, or turn 1 is a lot tighter. Turn 1 and 2 is a lot tighter than turn 3 and 4. Anybody else buffering? If you're buffering, try lowering your quality a bit and let me know if it's still doing it bad. Y'all let me know in the chat if you're still buffering real bad, and we will do whatever we can to try to fix quality wise. Let me back up real quick so I can kind of show y'all once again. Alright, so once again you're gonna go, I made it way through that turn. Alright, about right here at the Coke sign, this is where we're gonna let off. And then once we let off, we're gonna drag our brake about somewhere around 50%. The big thing about this is, if you hear your tires squeal, you're hitting the brakes too hard. A trick you can do is you can actually go into your settings on your control settings and you can turn your brake pressure down. Me with a Fanatec wheel, small flex, but you know, not gonna have it forever, but me with this wheel, I can actually go in and I can change all my settings on the wheel in game. I guess I can say this because the Pro League's over. At Phoenix, I actually started off with a really high brake pressure, and about halfway through the run, I would hit my buttons on top of my steering wheel and I'd back my brake pressure up so I wasn't dragging the tires. So that helped me with tire wear. So if you got a pretty decent wheel, you can change that. My little T150, I can't do that on. Alright, right there at red, kind of pump, roll it, get back on the gas. That's about as far down in the corner as I want to go. I had way too much speed getting into that corner, and that just caused all of that. So we definitely see some adjustments we could make. I got to go in because this is not my Pro League setup I ran. I changed a ton of stuff on it. You basically want to be firing off if you're running any sort of league race on ×3. You got to be firing off in the low 2s here. If I can get this set up tonight in the 3s, we'll be fine. We'll definitely be fine. Looking forward to this. I always have a little issue with the transition from 3 to 4 to exit. More annoying than anything. That it is. I will give you that 100%. It is very, very annoying when it comes to it. So, this is my base setup. I'm going to kill the camera real quick if I can figure out which one it is. Bam. Alright. This is my base setup. This is what I'm starting with here. I can tell you personally, I don't really like the way it feels. So, some of the changes I'm going to make. Bumps and rebounds, I'm going to actually take up the 4.5, 4.5 all the way around. I will attempt to see how that feels. Nose weight, something I've also learned. I like that these smaller tracks, I like keeping my nose weight and wedge as close as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this up to 52.3, leave my nose weight just a little heavier. At this point, I'm going to go 1200, 1200, 600, 600, 2246. That's actually kind of high on air, but we will look at that here in a little while. Windows Defender Antivirus didn't. So why is that even running on my computer? Anyway, so we're going to take this left front camber up to 4. We're going to go up to -2.8 on the right front camber. We're going to jump our front sway bar up, and considering we changed our front weight and our wedge so much, we have to get the rear end to actually turn now. What's up, Gunner? How you doing tonight, man? Once again, hopefully it don't work. It might. I have no clue. Let me see real quick. I don't know why it's doing that. Anyway, for some reason it's still showing the show your support thing. I don't know why it's showing the show your support thing, but it did. Crazy Mom, thanks for the subscription, man, to YouTube, dude. Thank you. Anyway, so the front weight and the the front weight and the wedge, when I raise those up, basically what I'm going to do now is I raise my front sway bar up. I learned over a long run here from testing for the league race that you got to have a thicker front sway bar. A lot of people didn't like them and didn't run them. Me, myself, it fit my driving style. I have learned to like a tighter car. I don't know why. It's just a habit I've ran into here lately. So, Jake, thanks for the subscription, man. Appreciate it. Got the old school emotes popped up. I ain't seen them in a while. Apparently my YouTube ones are different than my my Twitch ones, which is funny. Those of you that's not on Twitch, if you would, go over there and hit the follow. We're gonna work our way to getting partnered over at Twitch also. And basically what I'm gonna do is live stream everything over there, then I'll be uploading the videos here. It's just took a little while to get everything set up right. Gear wise, I think it feels fine for now. We might be a little too much on gear, but we'll figure that out a little bit further down the road. Right now the main thing is just getting oh, nice, Jay. Yeah, that was thank you for doing that, because I didn't know exactly what it was gonna do. Alright, well,
Going too fast.
boys, we're turning. That's one thing we are doing, and we're doing very well. I will pop the thing back up here in just a few minutes. I know what I did wrong. I just thought about it, so yeah. Let's go back to the race setup. Ethan's Hockey, thanks for the follow, man. Appreciate that on Twitch. Really, really do. Alright. We are going to go higher here. Lower here. And those have definitely got to come down. Alright, let's give this a go now. And we will see how this feels. Once again, what we're looking for before we even try to attempt to make a long run is we are actually looking for to at least be in the threes. As we're that was a blast. Made some really good time there. Once again, let me know about
Clear the pin, hammer down.
sound and all that. Let me know if the game sounds way too loud. If it is, I can cut it down for sure. Things feels funny. May still having her over rotating a little too much in the center. Yeah, it's definitely over rotating too much. So back to it. Appreciate that, Seventh Monkey. And I'm trying to figure out how to say your name. K Sapple? Chappelle? Like Dave Chappelle, except with S. I have no clue. We need to go up on wedge. Alright. We're going to drop the rear springs because that is definitely an issue here. One thing that I rather do besides doing track bars to stop the rotation is I like playing with springs. Springs is a big thing because the more spring you got in the rear, the looser you're going to get, the freer your car is going to be. But yet the less spring you got in the rear, you're going to get a whole lot more bite off the corner. So basically stability over the long run. We'll get us in about 5 to 10 good laps here. Yeah. Might have a little too much nose weight in now. Stoners, appreciate the subscription, brother. We got us another subscription. Should be up to like, I don't know, I guess 3 or 4 now. So that's not too bad. 3 nights streaming. Getting a subscriber a night over on Twitch. Really do appreciate that.
That was a great lap.
So we're down to the 431s. It feels about like it did in the actual race. It was a little janky at the beginning of the run. A little bit through the run, the car started to loosen up air, which is fine.
Lap. Good job.
But low 4s, I'll say it's competitive, but this is not winnable by no means with a setup like this. So we'll definitely go work on it. Let me see where I'm running out of.
Excellent lap. Good job.
There's a 3.881. Thing is, she's getting better, boys. I did not let off where I was supposed to in turn 1 just then, and y'all seen where I paid the price for it. Alright, let's look at our times real quick, see what we started with. So we're looking high 3s to low 4s right now consistently. We still got to get a little bit more when it comes to the turning aspect in the middle now. But let's see here. Higher spring weight carries more weight, correct? It's Stoner says, enjoy your YouTube videos, man. I appreciate it, brother. Can you move your video to the other side so I can see lap times? Oh, I didn't know that was popping up. Y'all let me know where or what, and I can actually, if I need to, I can just cut the camera off. But I moved it top right, and we will definitely see. Curious on your Dega setup weeks after, of course, still running front weight on super weight or on super speedways. I still run a ton of front weight on super speedways. Just really goofy springs. I'll have to look at that because I don't even think I got a super speedway setup unless we ran it on Heat 5. I don't really have much. But back to Bron's question, higher spring weight carries more weight, correct? Basically, a higher spring rate is going to make it to where bottom right would be best. All right. I'm really thinking about, and y'all let me know what you think about this. I'm really thinking about getting a green screen. So you won't see any of this stuff in the background. Basically, all you're going to see is me. Just me chilling, basically, in a chair with a steering wheel. So, yeah, the higher the front weight causes mid-corner push, yes, 100%. I'm going to lower that now and actually take a little wedge out of it. Bristol, I can't run 600 rear springs. Yes, that's what I was trying to get to. I cannot, me myself on shorter tracks, I have a tendency to run in the 400s on rear springs. Reason being is coming off the corner, yes, you get a lot more weight transfer to the rear, but at the same time, that gives you a whole lot more grip. And you'll see sometimes, especially on short track setup, my right rear bump and rebound will be like this. It'll be 8 and 8. Everything else will be 3-4, 3-4, or all 3s. Like we can even drop these to 3s right now. And it's still going to have the ride you're looking for, but at the same time, you're going to get so much more grip coming off the corner. I ain't going to say it's life-changing, but it's definitely different. I can't tell if my camera zoomed in or not. I was trying to zoom the camera in a little bit more, but we can work on that later. But alright, so we've made a couple of changes. This is what we're going with so far. Anybody wondering about the gear is a 486 with a 1. There is a whole lot more we could do when it comes to gears, but right now we're really not that worried about it. Yeah, I'm weird about what we call dirt tracking springs and track bars, like moving track bars and springs above one or the other. I don't know. It's just, I used to do it like that all the time, and then I found success trying to keep everything, I guess you could call semi-symmetrical, like everything kind of even. I'm a very even build type person. I try to keep front weights and wedges as close as I can together now, and I try to make basically the springs work the best, you know, without doing too much. Let's go ahead and hit up a couple more laps, see where we're at.
Clear out.
Like I
hammer down.
said, the Pro League, we were firing off high ones and low twos. Me, myself, I would hit like 190s and stuff. Dan, he could hit around a 150, I believe, like a mid one. So this track's definitely got speed in it. I can't give that one out though, fellas. That took me, him, and Scout a lot of time. Plus, I don't think the champ would be too happy with it. I can tell you this, I did pick up about 10th by doing the brake thing I was telling y'all about. Dragging the brake on entry and all that good stuff.
Excellent lap. Good job.
So we're still doing that here right now. Coming down the back straight, red line, drag the brake, let it roll through,
Excellent lap. Good job.
red line. 330s is not bad at all. I think it was what we were aiming for sure. I'm gonna go ahead and give this probably a good 15 lap run, somewhere in there. Let's pull our tire wear up. We're still running 330s. Drifted a little high looking at tire wear. Off the gas a little too much there. So it feels good. It's not trying to jump around off the corners. Feels good and stable. If you're wondering, when I get back in the gas, I'm getting all the way back in the gas. I'm not babying the throttle off the corner or anything like that. Oh, I messed up. You can see the product of running a very high front sway bar is the fact that you'll get left front wear, which, alright, so she's going to be a little too loose, and we got over 300 degrees on the right rear. So we're going to go play around with a little bit of air. Not only are we going to play around with a little bit of air, we'll probably play around with the right rear a little bit. I don't know. We'll see what air does first. Let's see here. The front end looks like it's moving side to side in the corner. Is that symptom of the higher front weight? Yes, that and the higher front sway bar. But one of the reasons I do that is because naturally the car gets loose. Over the course of like 40 laps, it will begin to push a little bit, and you'll start wearing the right front out more, so it'll start matching the rear again. So how would you change the setup if you are going to run a 1x or a 2x race and my car won't turn? Can I loosen it up? What do you mean by your car won't turn, graphics? Let me know exactly what you mean with that, because I don't really follow what you mean. Brian, one of my things that I did, and I figured out a long time ago, and I'll show you real quick. Oh, I know what could be playing around with our right rear. This right here could be a cause of that. But I'll show you real quick what I do. If you notice, for some reason throughout a run, this is a little tip you can keep under your hat. But if you notice, this is, let's see if I can, oh, I just moved the wrong thing. What in the world am I doing, boys? If you notice throughout the run that you are beginning to burn your right rear, right? So during the run, you're burning your right rear and you don't know, let me make sure the lap time pops up. You're burning your right rear very, very hard and you don't know what you can do pit-wise, or start entering the corner low and let your car push up. What that's going to do, that's going to burn your right front tire and it'll get it closer to your right rear. I was hoping the lap time would pop up, but I'm not seeing one yet. Unless it only is going to pop up top. Let's see here. Yeah, I guess it's not going to show on the right side for some reason. Thought it did. Anyway, let's see if we can get back in the flow. That's a big thing on this track. You can tell I'm trying to ride right above that crease in 1 and 2. And same thing with 3 and 4. I try to exit right above that line.
That was your best lap ever.
And there we go, boys. We're back in the 2s on PlayStation at least. She feels good, that's for sure.
Excellent lap. Good job.
Alright, tire wear time. We're within 1% now, so 2% will definitely take. I could, honestly, judging by this, I could probably take a little bit more left front camber out. I would have to see for sure. But we'll run, we'll put some laps in here just to try to get a good reading overall. But the way it feels, it really ain't too bad. If anything, within the next 5 or 10 laps, that's where we'll see the transition, and once we see the transition, we can tell exactly what our tires are going to do. Can say this track is a handful overall. Anybody in the chat, those of you that has not done so already, feel free to hit the like button. If you are new on the Twitch channel, please feel free to hit the follow. What I'm planning on doing within the coming months is pretty much switch all live gameplay over to Twitch. And then, you know, we'll still be uploading YouTube videos and stuff, but like all my live stuff will be going on over there. We're in the process of doing the channel upgrade, getting emotes and all that good stuff made. So we came up with some ideas last night in Twitch. Like one of those is like the emotes or either the sub badges for my Twitch guys is doing like trophies. So you would start off with like a bronze trophy, then go silver, gold, platinum, and then I don't know, maybe the last, like the best one you can get or something, we'll do like the Daytona 500 trophy Alright, you can see my right front tire is starting to get well overtaken. So I'll start entering in right there and letting it push up. I'm not going to be using as much brake. I can warn you though, by doing this, you will lose a little bit of time, but it'll be worth it handling wise. Mark, thanks for the follow, brother. Appreciate it very, very much. Oh, that's the only thing I don't like and I can't figure out. Alright, let's see. Tire wise, temps are decent. Right rear is still burning off a little bit more than we would like it to. Oh, I didn't restart it. So that's 10 laps. We ran about 16 laps, somewhere in there. I can tell you fall off to 7s is horrible. I don't know if I was missing my marks that bad or the setup, but what we're going to do, we're going to tighten it up just a little bit more. In your opinion, is 252 running hot? I like personally the car to get more pull below 250. Me, I didn't even look at my heat, but if it is running 252, yeah, I'll lower it 5% take. Reason being, in the draft, you're going to be turning, you know, you're probably going to pick up a couple of more degrees, because even here, you're going to pull draft. That's just, unfortunately, the way it goes. Let's see here. I got to catch up with the chat, which is absolutely amazing. I'm so tight going in the corner, I just run up the track. Graphics, that could be a lot about your lifting points. You can see my brake bias here too, and I usually never run a brake bias less than 70. But something about this track and me dragging the brakes, it helps the car turn. Therefore, I run it lower. Raise your rear springs. I think you missed that. No, that just 7th. That's where my grip's at. I feel like the higher I go on rear springs, the more you start losing off the corner later in the run. That's definitely a pro tip. Works wonders at Atlanta, Iowa, especially fuel saving. Oh yeah, you talking about burning the right front up? Yeah, definitely does. Getting heat in the right front. Why do you like that sway that stiff? Is it the balance or is it front tire wear? Honestly, Brian, over a long run, if you're into the league race setup, so you're running, full fuel runs on, ×3 or ×4, the thicker front sway bar adds a lot more stability. Anything in a cup car, honestly, I don't go under a 1585, and I can tell you that I've ran a 2000 front sway bar at ISM several times. So it's really according to what you're building your car for purpose. It's one of those deals, though, that you got to find what works for you. The only thing is, when you run that high of a front sway bar, you do have to start bringing up your bumps and rebounds. So you got to play with those a little bit too much. Right rear still a 1.5 pounds high. To tell you the truth, I didn't even look at the heat just then. But I believe you. So we'll drop it. We'll go ahead and drop it to 36. I'm weird, even regular numbers. Yeah, we took the piece of tape off. Left rear, 1/2 pound. We'll go down on the right rear. What console do you like the game better on? And Blizzard says, what's up? What's up, Blizzard? Lucas, I really like PC's version. Like me, myself, I got a code for PC and everything. The problem is there's really nobody on PC, so that's what kind of sucks. But at the same time, you're talking about a game running smooth and everything. PC is definitely where it's at. And I just it feels better. You have a lot more control. You can go in and you can change a ton of stuff when it comes to your wheel settings. You can go in and you can change your dampener strength and everything when it comes to your wheel settings. So that's really neat. Right now we're rocking with 11 and 11. on each of the streams. So we got 22 people watching tonight. I really appreciate everybody that's watching and all the great old streams we got, since we got both of them now. Once again, if you ain't followed, just hit the like or follow button, and we're gonna go cut some more laps. Let me pull up my. I need to pull up my gear chart real quick, though, because I really don't like this gear. It feels like it's just got too much in it. So I'm looking at a 486 with a 140. Jesus Christ, that ain't even on my gear chart. I'm gonna have to break out the old calculator. So we got a 4.86 times 1.4. We're running a 680 right now. 680, I mean, that feels good, but at the same time, let's try a. It just feels like a little too much. So, I don't know though, I really don't feel that bad. That's really not that bad of a number to be hitting on. So let's continue the test session. I gotta pull my chat back up so I can see it. Is that what to do, Red? Stay alive on multiply instead of picking one. This is the what to do it. Yeah. I don't understand, Blizzard. You've got me mixed up on that one, brother. Oh, I need to restart this so we don't have laps 800 through 1,000. Just ran a 15.24 with a setup. I'm on the controller. That's awesome, dude. What was you running before you tried the setup, Deception? Because you're banging out heaters if you're already running 15.2s. Oh. Might have tightened her up just a little too much. We'll definitely see. Don't come in here. Good night, buddy. Love you. Got a kid going to bed. I'm missing the line. I'm cutting turn one too much. Well, she is a rocket out of there, then. I'm not slowing down enough for turn one, and I can definitely tell that. This should be a good lap. That should be a 2. Come on. Nope. Guess I ain't holding my mouth the right way, boys. I didn't tell y'all what I did with the right front camber. I don't think. So what I did, I brought the right front camber down. There's 275, so we just messed our groove is all we've been doing. I brought the right front camber down, and the reason I did that is because right front camber, if you have your tire leaned in too far, what it can do is cause you to over-rotate on the exit. And that's what we're trying to prevent right now, especially the longer the run goes on. Yes, you can burn your right front tire up a little bit more over the run by using that, but at the same time, you will get caused to over-rotate. I remember at a whole fuel run, you're supposed to fall off to around 9s. This is the part of the run where you just start taking a little bit easier. Don't run it as hard as into the corner as you do, you know, your first 5 to 10 laps. But at the same time, like right now, I'm just consistently looking at the exit. That's the main thing. Just nailing that exit every time. I'll catch up with the chat here in just a second. Just gonna keep running it for a few, just to see if the right rear and right front start to catch up to each other. If not, we may end up adding a little more nose weight to it, but it's about that point in the run to where they will start closing in on each other. Don't be scared if you run your first 10 laps at a short track and your right rear burns off. Make sure you're running it out a good 15 to 20 laps, because your right rear and right front should start catching back up to each other. As you can see, we're back to within 4% of each other, 5%, which is fine. I'll run a 5% split all race long. I can tell you at New Hampshire, I would end a full run on, I think we were ending a full run on like 23%, like split overall. So I will definitely take this. Oh, I messed that up. That wasn't the car. It was just me not paying attention and decided to drive through the Grand Canyon on accident. Still running 15.6s. We'll give it a. We'll run 3 more laps, and then we can basically stick a fork in this one for now. Oh, hit the wall. See, the tires are starting to split again. I'm still purposely kind of entering one, trying to burn that right front up. So right rear may have just a hair too much air left in her, but I'm sitting here holding the exit like I'm on iRacing. It's absolutely hilarious. Reach down for the keyboard. So, lap time wise, started off in the 3s, jumped down to a 2. So by 2 being on lap 6, 9 out of 10, we should have ran 2s pretty much the first 6, 7 laps, but it is what it is. All the way to lap 23. Judging by the lap time before that, that probably should have been a 7 also. So I will like to say that yeah, I already had a decent base here from where I was playing earlier. I was going to do a YouTube video on it, but I'm going to take my camera and move it right here so everybody can get a good look at the setup. And yeah, here we go. We'll run through it real quick, and I'll kind of explain some things to do depending on how it handles. I don't know if I'll chop this video up or just leave it up and let people view it and timestamp it for them, but you have, I don't know if I shouted out Mark Kroger. Thanks for the follow, brother, once again, and Stoners, thanks for the subscription to Twitch, man. I really appreciate that a lot. Anybody that's wanting to donate, I cut super chats off in YouTube, so you'll have to follow the link in the description. YouTube is something else. something else. But anyway, bumps and rebounds, all threes, all the way down on the rears, besides the 4 and the 5. This is where you can actually start making a couple of changes depending on your driving style. If you feel like you are getting a little too loose coming off the corner, there's a couple of different things you can do here. You can go up on your front weight. The only thing is, when you go up on the front weight, it's going to tighten you up in the center a little bit. Me, myself, I like to let the car roll and be a little bit freer. Wedge, once again, is going to tighten you up and loosen you up right in the middle of the corner. I suggest wedge before doing a spring change. Spring change is moving a mile. Wedge is moving an inch, so definitely pay attention to that. Springs, I generally, once again, 1200, 1200, 480, 480 to 1200, 1200, 510, 510. Those are actually my short track and my starting points most of the time for road courses. Like somewhere in there, and that'll, generally help you out, because the biggest thing with these is finding you a good base to go off of, and that's my base. Tire pressures, you can mess with those a little bit. Those are good for pit adjustments. Certain people likes to feel the different ways. Me, if I'm going to tighten a car up, most of the time I bring the left rear up half a pound, and I'll take 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds out the right rear. Cambers, they're pretty much set, I have to say. If anything, you can bring that right front camber down a couple of more clicks to help the over-rotation coming off the corners, but it's a really stable setup for the most part. You do have to wheel it just a little bit. Track bars are pretty good. Wheel lock, those of you that is on a controller will probably run somewhere around 10 to 12 wheel lock, versus us on wheels will run somewhere to 6 to 8. I know the big thing on Xbox they were doing for a long time was running 0 wheel lock. Me, myself, I don't really see a huge benefit in 0 wheel lock, but they say it's there. I have no clue. Gear-wise, a 486 with a 140. That comes out to a 680. It's a 6.804, I think. So you're right under a 681, and honestly, it feels really good. So, yeah. Any questions, comments, concerns, anything like that? Let me look. I got way behind on the chat, which is absolutely amazing, because I got the multi-stream chat now, so I can actually see Twitch and YouTube all on one page. That's pretty sick. Feels like a certain part of the run, the right front just stops working. Can't get heat into it no matter how hard you try. Maybe 25 to 30 laps in. 25 to 30 laps in, Kool-Aid here. You definitely want to start backing your corner up just a little bit more. Maybe not drive in so hard using the brake. Just start backing it up a hair, and you should be good. I can tell you with this, with a setup generally close to this, there's probably 10 to 12 changes, but they're very minor, short changes. That's what I ran basically. So let's see here. Left rear could use a 1/2 pound. What console do you like? I did answer that. I have OCD too. Yeah, it's bad, man. It's bad. I don't like odd numbers. I like even numbers for some reason. It's weird. Skull Long Cut Classic, straight here. Jake, thanks for the follow, brother. I appreciate that. Or not follow, but subscription to the channel. I definitely appreciate that. I tried my heat force setup before I joined the stream, and I was doing a 15.45. So you picked up 2/10 Deception. That's awesome, man. That is definitely awesome. Transition on exit looks great. Why do engine noises sound so good in race, but not so good in cinematic spectator? That's a good one, Exalta. I don't know, man. Raise your left track bar touch. It's like you're entering a little high. Yeah, I'm gonna let everybody from this point forward kind of do their own thing, because it's a really stable setup the way it is now. So you can definitely definitely feel it. But those of you that's watching, don't go anywhere, because I think we're fixing to knock out a Charlotte if y'all want to. I mean, y'all tell me how you're feeling, and however y'all are feeling is what we'll do. Alright, what are you doing? Alright, apparently you don't want to behave. So we're going to have to move the border first. You know what? This is what we're going to do. Border, you can go away. That way I can just move my camera. Camera, no. Jesus Christ, boys. I think I never did this before. What's up, Chairman? But yeah, we will, let's go ahead and transition over to Charlotte. Not gonna lie, I already got a heater there.